Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. You can sing with me. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. These words echo from our 13th century Persian poet Jalal ad-Din Muhammad Rumi, echoing across time and space, inviting us together, calling us in, calling us out of our loneliness, out of our sorrow, perhaps out of our shame. It's such a beautiful invitation. Come, come, whoever you are. One that is difficult to decline. Come, come, whoever you are. Join us. Come with us. Some of you may not be aware that there's a part of Rumi's poem that gets elided from our song, where he exhorts, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, come. And this, for me at least, is the deepest truth of this invitation. I don't think I have ever met a single soul who has not broken their vows. I know I have. The vows we make to ourselves, those vows that we break to ourselves, the vows we make to those we love, the vows we make to our communities, the vows we make to whatever we call that which is larger than our life alone. We make promises and we break them. And Rumi tells us, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, come anyway. We fear making promises, covenants, for fear of breaking them again. We hold our breaking inside of ourselves. Do you feel that? Where you feel the breaking inside of yourselves? For fear if anyone knew, we would be exiled perhaps again. For we have learned in our lives, right, that vow breakers are exiled. Exiled from their families, from their friends, from their relationships, from themselves. But in our fear of exile, we exile ourselves from the source of love. Love that pours forth from those whose vows we have broken. Love that pours forth even from those who have broken their vows to us. And so, though we've broken our vows 1,000 times, we invite one another into this place. Come into this place where we seek to embody a courageous vulnerability that invites us all to be known, to befriend, to belong, to be fully and vibrantly alive. We call each other to come walk with us in body and spirit, rooting ourselves in trust, in a willingness to participate in mutually accountable relationships. Come, come, whoever you are. So come, friends, all friends. Come into this room, into this space, into these hearts. Come into this place where we ground ourselves in the power of community that emerges from belonging to one another, that sustains and nurtures our growth. Come walk on this sacred ground where we and those who have come before us have experienced the power of spiritual community to transform lives, our own lives for sure, but other lives as well. Come, whoever you are, exactly as you are, and exactly as who you are becoming. Come into this community that is created anew every time we gather. Come to feed and be fed. Come to teach and be taught. Come to lead and be led. Come to sing and to be sung to. Come to tie the knots in the net of this community so that when one of us falls, we may catch them, so that when you fall, you may be caught. Come, tend to this place, tend to these people. Bring what you have, take what you need. Whoever you are becoming, gather in hope and possibility, gather in love. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. For we are all traveling. We are all traveling home. From wherever we are in this moment of our journey, we, Moses, we, Odysseus, we, Harry Potter, are wandering the deserts, the seas, our childhood. I'm still wandering my childhood. And we seek the ineffable hope of our destination, a place we will know as home. And friends, it is in the wandering that the stories emerge. It is in our wandering that our stories emerge. And so we carry with us 1,000 stories, the ones we have been told and have become a part of, the ones unfolding before us in this moment, and the ones that hold us, and the ones we hold, that we remember us to ourselves and those who love us. And we remember those who love us not so much. So come into this place of story where we find power in the sharing of those stories to help us understand our place in this cosmos and in the continual process of creation. Come, you wanderers, come, you worshipers, come, let us create the spaces here for people to tell those stories. And let us create those spaces for people to tell their stories with the expectation, the possibility that someone's story will change us. Then let those stories, the ones we share and the ones we listen to, and even the ones we have not yet found their roots in the telling, but are held for when it is time to know them. Let these stories pour forth from our lips, from our laughter, from our tears, from our knowing, and from our unknowing. And yes, when all the stories are told, let us be changed by them. Ours is no caravan. Ours is no caravan of despair. Now, it is true, I live in this world too. Despair is all around us. There's little doubt. It is fed to us, sometimes force-fed to us, through 100 different channels on our TVs, in our phones, in our media, in our lives. But there is something more than despair in this life. There's something more than despair in this life. There is a possibility. There's a possibility that's not a guarantee, but a possibility of transformation. And so you, dear wanderers, dear worshipers, this is the caravan that you have joined on this day. We are the ones who come together because we believe that transformation is possible. That we have within us, the potential to move from that brokenness, that feeling of brokenness, to wholeness. That we have the potential to move from oppression to power, from unjust to just, from separateness to relationship, from isolation to beloved community. Now, is it possible for that kind of transformation to happen on its own, outside of community? Do you really need to come here to join with others, to listen to stories, to tell your own, to risk being changed, to risk being known in order to find that transformation? There are days in which I am clear the answer to that question is no. No. You don't need to assent to our invitation. Possibility being what it is, you might just find your life transformed all on your own. But, you knew that was coming. But, then I am reminded that the real answer to my question is yes, you do need to say yes to this invitation to gather here with these people, not because you need us, but because we need you. We cannot participate in this whole transformation business without you. We need your voice. We need your hands. We need your wisdom, your laughter. We need your tears. We need your story to become our story. We need you to assent to our invitation, to our calling out, come, yet again, come, so that we may awaken to love. Though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, though I've broken my vows 1,000 times, though we've broken our vows 1,000 times, come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. So friends, come, let us gather as wanderers. Let us gather as worshipers and lovers of leaving. Come, let us gather the waters of our souls. Come, let us join in our ritual gathering of these waters from where you are arriving from. And what will you bring to this place? From where do you come? And what do you bring to our caravan, traveling on our blue boat home?